Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to my channel. Can you hear me? You can. Very good. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We are looking at the key bindings for nice. We should have gone in solo. Really, doesn't really matter. We're looking at the key bindings. It's a video I've promised to do for a long time because when you play the game on PlayStation 4, it works really, really well. But the key bindings are not set particularly well. Let's just have a look and see where we are here. Let's see if we can find a planet. Yeah, we're probably not going to be able to scan any of these. Maybe we can. They're not very useful to map. They're only. Oh, do you know what? It's always nice to come back into Elite when you haven't played it for a while. Very nice indeed. Okay, but let's just let's go through the keys. Now, if you're not interested in key bindings for the PS4, stop watching because this is what this video is for. Now, the controls layout that it gives you here, it gives you an overall view of the default controls that you have on the controller, and they've worked it really quite well. When you hold down triangle instead of pressing it, you can access another sort of radial menu and have extra things off the D-pad off it, so triangle and left, triangle up, triangle down, etc., which are used very often. But also you can set things to have, for example, circle and left or right, or circle and R1, L1. Usually that's what you do. You'd have one of the four main buttons on the right, square, triangle, circle, X, and then you would add R1 and R2 to it to do different things. So we can look at some of the ways that we do that. Let's go into the controls and let's see what we got. So a lot of these things, and as you can see, I mean, there is a huge amount of customization you can do and a load of controls. So let's look at flight rotation. Now, you're probably not going to change that. The flight rotation, the yaw is on L, the roll is on R, and the pitch is on L as well. So pitching up and down, yawing left and right, and then rolling is on R. If you push up and down on the right stick, what does that do? It doesn't do anything, does it? Whoa. And you've also got to be really careful when you're in here, because what the hell? Because it really it's not the most vertical thrust axis. Oh, I see. Lateral thrust, vertical thrust. Wait a minute. Oh, do you know what? I never knew that was there. Of course I knew it was there. So up and down is just up and down on the right stick. Okay, fine. I didn't know that was there. I did know it was there. The thrust right and the thrust left. You use these quite a lot. Now, if you haven't got these set, you should set them to this, or maybe even to the X and the L1, R1, just so that you don't start super cruising, not super cruising, boosting everywhere. But these thrust your ship sideways, not moving anything, literally from left to right. They sort of thrust on the yaw, if you like, and then this thrusts you up and down, vertical thrust up and down. You can make it so that you can thrust backwards and forwards, but I don't have that set, but you could have that set if you wanted to. Now, how do we get back? There we go. Turn those off. Alternate flight controls. there we go. Just leave those as they are. Just leave your alternate flight controls. All you want to care about is having that thrust left and thrust right. It's really useful to do the lateral thrusts, especially when you're coming into land, because getting lined up with the pad is really useful. So to have circle and L1, a circle and R1 is very, very useful. And the vertical thrust up and down with the right stick obviously just moves the ship directly, you know, vertically up, altitude down, without moving anywhere else. So that's fairly useful as well. The throttle. So the way I have it set up here, we have the normal increase, decrease, R1, L1, no problem. I leave it on continuous just so you can watch the throttle bar up the side go up and down. And I also set the speed to 0 on R1, L1. So if you just need to stop, especially when you just jump into a system, I think there is a setting in the settings that you can choose to make that happen automatically. But it's if things are going crazy and you need to just set your throttle to 0, R1, L1 is a great addition to have in your in setup. I use it all of the time, all of the times. You know, before a combat, any time at all. R1, L1 to set the speed to 0 is very useful. Now, flight landing overrides. Are we leaving these open? No, let's turn them off. I don't do any flight landing overrides, so all of these are just empty for me. Just not interested whatsoever. So I do not use any of it. So just leave it. Miscellaneous flights, what we've got. Now, these are already on. I don't use flight assist on or off. Well, it's always on, so it's never off. Engine boost, that's standard. Frameshift drive is standard. Now I've set the supercruise and the hyperspace because sometimes you do need to choose yourself manually which are you going into. Usually it will only choose hyperspace if you are pointing at a system far away and it's targeted. But if you've still got a system targeted and you push triangle, it will, instead of you going into supercruise, it'll do the hyperspace. It's good to be able to differentiate between going into supercruise with triangle and up on the D-pad and going hyperspace, triangle and down. That's all of those fine. Now the targeting, select target X is no problem. Cycle on X target. Now this is all entirely up to you what you do with your targeting. All of the targeting is held on X. You could have X and L1 to do subsystems. In fact, I'm going to change mine to do that. So I'm going to say cycle next subsystem is going to be X plus R1. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. Increase sensor zoom. Ooh, look, increase sensor zoom. I never changed my sensor zoom. But because that said that, I don't want to change it, so I'm going to leave it. But cycle next subsystem is very useful because you can, when you're targeting in combat, it's useful to target certain things. For example, the FSD or the power plant or something else, if you need to target it. So using that, what you would really want to do is have a down one as well. I don't use highest threat, so I'm going to clear that. Oh, cancel. You've got to be careful when setting these as well. Right, so let's do this. Here we go. That and down. Yes. Okay, so now we've got next subsystem up, previous subsystem down, which is fine. Next hostile target, fine. And then just the next target is fine, and target ahead is excellent. Now you can change these to however you want, but I'm going to keep them like this. Now this one is extremely important. Target next system en route. Now to save yourself from having to go into the nav panel and find where you need to go, mapping the next system in a long route to something is useful. I've mapped it to all of the trigger buttons. Well, L1, R1, R2, L2, all at the same time. It will automatically target the next system on my jump route, so I can then just see where it is, fuel scoop, head towards it. This one is very useful. Get it done. But all the rest of the targeting, you can choose what you want. I'm happy. You want the subsystems really because they're very useful. Next target is fine, and hostile target is fine. I'm happy with those. Now onto the weapons. These are going to be pretty standard. Primary R2, secondary L2. Cycle next fire group is already set to hold square and do R1 or L1, which is absolutely fine. I mean, if you did want to free up one of these for something else, because you're only going to have quite a small amount of fire groups, you don't really need to be able to go back and forward. Excuse me. Deploy hard points is that, and I always say you have firing as soon as you fire to deploy the hard points if you push the trigger. If you might want to turn that on, but for me it works well because it's, if you get into a scrappy situation, as soon as you think you've got them out, you haven't, they'll automatically come out. Just bear in mind if you're near a station or something else where you're not allowed to fire, then don't be doing that. Cooling. Now I don't put anything on here really other than that, and I wonder if I can deploy a heat seek. Enter FSS. Cancel. Yeah, we don't want to do that. So we have silent running. I very rarely use silent running. I'm not doing stuff that involves silent running to happen, but it's there if you need it. Triangle L1. I probably wouldn't even remember that would put me in silent running, but it's there if you need it. Again, you can just set this off in your sort of inventory panel, where you see all of your stats and everything. Miscellaneous, what have we got in here? Ship lights are set already to circle and left. I don't change the sensor zoom. Now this is the zoom on your actual main scanner in the center of the screen. I'm going to have a little play with that later. Up, down, left, right on the D-pad are already set to what we want. Cargo scoop. Oh, you've got a couple of cargo scoop options here. Interesting. How do we get to those? Miscellaneous. Yeah, they don't make this easy to move around. Okay, anyway. Cargo scoop is up. Anyway, that's fine. Landing gear is that and down, which is fine. Now, I've set chaff launcher to be in the bottom right of the touchpad, but just because it's really easy for me to get there. I don't particularly use shield cells, so I haven't put it on there, but I would probably put it on here as well. I've also put the ECM on the other side, just so you don't have to take up a fire group with a chaff launcher to fire off. You can split your weapons out on the fire groups to have the right trigger to do energy weapons, shield weapons, and the left trigger to do projectile hull weapons. That's how I like to run it. You can obviously still have the chaff launcher on. It will still be on, and you would put it in the fire group, but you just don't need to set it off, if you like. You don't need to put it in the fire group, but you just don't need to use a trigger button to set it off. The ECM, same, but on the other side. Vibration off, context menu on. Don't change that. Night vision is that. So some of those are standard, but some of them are a little bit more interesting. Mode switches, not really changed anything here. In fact, I don't think I have changed anything. All of these are the normal basic commands, which is fine. Interface, same thing. No, you don't want to be changing anything like that. It will get you in all shapes of horribleness. Head look, don't do anything again, just leave that as it is, no bother. Galaxy map, again, I think most of this is standard. Pitch and yaw on R, translate X, translate Y on L. Switching between the Y-axis and Z-axis is square. Current system, L1, R1. I think I may have put that in. Maybe I don't know. That's very, very useful if you're looking around the Galaxy map and you don't know where you've got to without having to go back and use the sort of menu on the left. You can just push that and get back to where you are. That's very nice. Driving we'll do separately on a different video. We'll do driving on another video because it's totally different, very, very different. Multi-crew. again, I don't really do too much multi-crew stuff, so I'm pretty much going to ignore this at the minute because I haven't changed anything in here. That is a standard as far as I'm concerned. Fighter orders is the same thing. I haven't used any fighters, so I haven't actually set these, but I will when it comes to the point where I actually have fighters. Camera Suite, again, we're going to do this when we do the driving, because the Camera Suite is just totally different. You know what I mean? There's so much stuff going on to get the pictures that you want and get everything you want, and I haven't set hardly any of it up. That also goes for the free camera, and also the store camera. What the hell is the store camera? I don't even know what the store camera is. Store camera? I don't even know what that means. Hollow Me, no change here. I mean, there's nothing really to do. It's just left, right, do. Playlist, yep, I don't have that for Galnet. I just use it manually. I'm not worried about. Now the next ones are the important ones: the full spectrum and the detailed surface scanner. Let's do the surface scanner first, just because it's easiest. Now a lot of this comes as standard, I think, but front and back view is very useful because you can see how your probes have affected the front or the back of the planet to try and get the 100%. Exit is obviously that. The yaw and the pitch, as always, is on R, and the L does the view third party. It sort of zooms in and out a little bit, not too much. I mean, you can muck around with those a little bit if you want, but it's not too crazy. Now the FSS is the one to make sure you've got set up, because it isn't really set up. I have it set so the camera, when you're looking in the FSS, the camera up and down is always moved with the L stick. So it feels a bit weird because you would want to use the right stick to do something, but the pitch, nose down, nose up, the yaw, left and right, is all on the L stick. It makes it so much easier to move around the FSS, looking at all the stars and doing what you need to do. Zoom in R2 as normal, L2 to zoom back out, step zoom R1, step out L1. It's pretty standard stuff. The tuning is very important. Left, right on the R stick will get you what you want on the little tuning bar at the bottom, and then the absolute tuning up and down on the R stick. We're going to go and test that in a minute. Change your fixed position when listening to radio signals. There we go. And then to fire off a discovery scan, it's square. Leave the FSS, target current signal, and to show help I've turned off because I don't need it. So these ones, any of these, if you want to change and do your own, you'll just have to pause the video and have a look. But these ones are the ones you're going to want to do. Pitch and yaw on the L, zoom in, etc., and then the tuning on the R. Okay, now I'm not going to go back through everything because you've seen them all now, and I've gone from the top to the bottom. And as I said, we'll do the driving and we will do the camera suite and the free camera and everything in another video. So we're just going to apply those changes, whatever they may be. Come out, let's get back into the game and have a look where we are in the world, or indeed the galaxy. Cafe, wherever Cafe is. Where on earth are we? Okay, we're sort of somewhere. Right, let's just have a look and see. Somewhere. No system description. Rubbish. What's this one looking like? Let's just go somewhere like... Can we buy that? No, but let's just go there. Let's just go there and see what is there. Let's just get out of here. Do we actually have anything on board? Is anything happening? I have not played this for such a long time. I literally do not know what is going on. Look at that. We've got a bounty bonus, but we don't care. Let's auto launch. Okay, so I've got the auto docking computer on this ship. Lovely. Now, it will automatically...
Detach confirmed. You may leave when ready.
Detach confirmed. I do love the way... Now, you can scan things as you're auto-launching, which is great. You get a free scan. You don't have to do anything. And you get some Blue Danube. Beautiful. For the bigger ships, it's worthwhile doing. Just because, why ever not? Okay, so as soon as you make any changes,
Scan detected.
You're off, essentially. So we are off. See you later, Philip Elliott. Yeah, baby. Okay. Now, that planet we can probably land on.
Charge detected.
However, what's our cycle
Federal
groups?
flight control now offline. Hope to see you again.
Let's go for the surface scanner.
Cannot comply.
Oh, let's get the hard points back.
Frameshift drive charging.
Ba-dum-bum-bum. Ah, you see what it's done? It's automatically thinking, I want to do a hyperspace jump. I do not want to do a hyperspace jump. And it's just because that was the last thing I sort of had targeted. So I've got to do triangle and up just to go to Super Cruise. That is a perfect example there, ladies and gentlemen. You see that? See how it works?
2, 1, engage.
And then straight away I'm going to hold down R1, L1 just to slow myself down. I'm going to get into the surface scanner. Have a look. Do I even need to do this? I'm not sure. I think it's already been scanned. Oh no, it hasn't. Look, there it goes. That's what the back looks like. Holding down triangle gives you a little idea.
Surface scanned by 50%.
There you go. Let's get one on the front. So using the surface scanner here, the field of view left button is just a bit stupid. You don't really need that. And now you need to get sort of 80%. So let's just whack one sort of here and whack one here. Efficiency target is 7. We've had 5. This will be 7. Hopefully it can get some of the back of this planet. But it should be enough for us to get a little surface scan done. Oh my god, it's not. It's because we've this massive area at the back that we haven't done. So, let's fly around. We'll fly around the back of it. I wonder if we can actually land on this planet. I am not sure. I want to do that, and then I want to scan this. See, it's not actually... It's now scanning the planet. You see that in the bottom left? It's scanning the planet. Come on. Why is it taking so long to scan? What is it scanning? Why is it taking this long to scan? It's bizarre, isn't it? Shouldn't take this long to scan a planet. That's mad. I think it might be because it knows it isn't unexplored, because I know it's called Cave 2. Well, let's get around the back of it anyway. We were a bit too close to that planet. Not sure what that line is. What is that massive white line? What is this? I'm a bit weirded out, to be honest. That is odd. Okay, let's get back into the surface scanner and let's just whack a probe in here and one there. We are pretty close to this planet, I have to say. How much of the planet do I need to do? Does it have a ring around it? What is this? That's a very odd... It does have a ring around it, but I don't know... That is no ring like I've ever seen. Okay, if we do one more surface scan here, we should just be able to get it. Look at this, efficiency target 0. We are so close to this planet, it's ridiculous. There we go.
Surface scan complete.
Thank you. There it is. High metal content world, very nice. And now, if we go into the FSS, target too close, you idiot. Okay, let's head away. I love this ring. I didn't know that ring systems looked like this so close. It looked like it was a glitch on the game. It was very odd. But maybe they've changed some of the... Oh, I guess it's just because I'm above the plane of it. Either way, it was looking pretty sweet. But let's get out of this ring. That's better. That's a normal ring. There you go. Absorbs. Lovely jubbly. Okay, so let's stop. Turn around. Let's have a look. So we go into the FSS. Target too close. Excellent. Well, it is pretty close, to be fair. Oh, that's interesting. Using up and down on the right stick shows you where... Oh, that works really nice. Shows you where all of the emissions are on the map, so you can actually hold it there and keep it there and then zoom in. I like that. That's using up and down on the R. Very good. But let's go to a different system. Which one did we say? So we're going to hold down all of the trigger buttons now. Did I plot that thing? I thought I plotted a course for where we're going. I didn't plot a course. All I did was target that planet. But we are still going to go to... What did we say? It was this one, wasn't it? Cygni. Let's do it. There's the route. Nice and easy. So there is the system. Let's head towards it.
Frameshift drive charging.
We'll see what's in the system, and hopefully we can get some of the FSS stuff going. See what we can see. I do like this.
4, 3.
Oh, where's my buddy? They make it look as if you're in the middle of the ship's cockpit, but you're not. There's another seat to the left. So as soon as we come in, we're going to hold down L1, R1 to stop ourselves. What a lovely start. We'll have a little look at the system to see what we've got in here. Cool. Some gas giants. Metal-rich bodies, metal-rich body, metal-rich world, metal-rich world. Now, if we look into the FSS just straight away, let's do a discovery scan first. Okay, now, where is it telling us these are? Now, it seems to me that these are already... Not those. Okay, it's one of those we don't care about. An easy way of doing it is just looking at orbit lines that come off. So we should find, here we go, we've got some planets up here. What we got? Yeah, we don't want any of that nonsense. Let's jump in here. Slow water gardens. What on earth does that mean? B1, what type of planet is it? So these have already been done, all the bodies are done, so there's no point really being here. There is another ship around though. Look what he's up to. It's a little dolphin. Little dolphin, little dolphin. Pig Fumbler. What a great name. Okay, let's just try and find a system that is that a system called Mordor? Did you see that? No, Njordor. So let's just look for somewhere that is going to be... Let's just go a little way out to... Yep, let's just go there. How far away is it? How many jumps we got to get there? 5 jumps. Okay, let's do it. Get a quick scoop on. And then we'll head out. That fuel scoop goes quick. Look at that. Scoop la route. Correctamundo. So if you are looking for the going through all of the controls, it will be at the beginning of this video. We're now just going to find somewhere to have a little play with the FSS. Hopefully we might be able to find somewhere on the way through this. Let's see how far we can get. I have to say, it does feel really good to get back watching and playing Elite Dangerous. It's really quite nice. I'm going to get back on. Going to get back on the PC, carry on the new player. Okay, so we do have some unexplored stuff around here, so we can actually just do the FSS scanner here. So let's have a look, shall we? See what we got. So we have something here. Gas giants, icy body, that's all we've got, and some asteroids. So let's just see if we can find the icy body. So it's all behind us, so we have to go around the star in order to look at this stuff. So we're not going to do that. We'll do a bit of scoop if we can, which we can't, and we'll just go to the next. Go to the next place. Haladganos. Let's go. We're heading there. We're going straight there. Wow, I tell you what, you really can't jump far in this ship. The fuel tank is ridiculously small. Look at that. You've got to be really careful. Why is that fuel tank so ridiculously tiny? Each 30 light year jump takes up a third. So you have to refuel every 90 light years. That is no good. That is bad economy. Bad economy, yo. Now, if we look here, I think all of these will probably be established. Yep, they're all done. Can we zoom? Can we? We should be able to scoop this. Oh yeah. So we'll just scoop this and we'll head on to the next one. It's great to have a fuel scoop that absorbs pretty high rate. We're going to such a fuku. Oh, it's such a fuku. Oh man.
Warning. Temperature critical.
That's alright. We can get hotter than this. Although try not to fly into this star.
Fuel scooping complete.
There we go. Right, let's get out of here. Sachifuku. What a great name for a star system. Sachifuku.
Frameshift drive charging.
Star class G. This is what I remember being so much fun about the game, is just trawling off, just traveling off. But not in this ship.
3, 2,
This is for when you're at your place, when you're at your destination. Get in this and fly about and do whatever you want to do. Do not use this as a long-distance vessel. I wouldn't. Okay, so we should be able to see Sachifuku. You are such a fuku. Right, let's have a look, see what we got here. So we have, so as you're using this down here, you see in the bottom right, it tells you we have rocky ice wells on that. There we have a couple of icy bodies, rocky bodies, high metal content, high metal content. Now what we really want is Earth-like here, and the ammonia worlds. They give you some good ones. Water worlds give you a good amount of money as well. When we're talking transient signal sources, concentrated signal sources, and something else. So let's just have a look. That's the nav beacon. What do we got? Any orbit lines coming off? Yes, here we are. So find the orbit lines, find the planets. Essentially, that's what you want to do. Zoom in. Zoom in. We got a little rocky body, Sachifuku. It has a little station next to it as well. Zoom back out. Let's see what we got here. Something else. Zoom in. Little icy body. Now, when you zoom in here, this is where it will tell you if it has any geological features on it, the type of resources that you're likely to find on it, etc. Because find, ooh, Blue Hill Steading. Interesting. There is actually quite a lot of stuff in the game for you. What is this? What is that? Just a stupid emission. Another one. You don't really need to do these. These are just your almost like your unidentified signals, but they're all along this plane, this orbit line. Let's get them all done. Right, let's get some. Here we go. Here are some planets. There's a high metal content. No features on it. Nothing. Probably can't land on it. There's another something here. What we got? There we are. We have a little. There you go. High metal content, and oh, there will be something else in there. So what you're doing here is you're just sort of moving. What you're doing is you're moving the. There's nothing else here? No, that should be the two. Yeah, they're the two orbit lines. You're moving around with the L stick, and then you're zooming in with the. This is what we want. We want these planets, please. Planets, please. High metal content again. That had a little base on it, or at least near it. Should be another one around here. Where is it? Did say there was another one. Oh, it's just this and that. I see. No. Yeah. Okay, there's some more here. What do we got? Another little icy body. Icy bodies don't give you much, but it gives you something, you know. What we got here? Another little system thing. Right, where are the other? So the easiest way of trying to locate everything is just to follow through on these orbit lines, because obviously the orbit lines show you where all the planets are orbiting, you know. And then once we've done these two, just tweak a little bit, find when it goes white like that, then you know you've got it. And then the other one, it'll be in the middle-ish, and it is this one there.
System scan complete.
And then that system is done. So then once you've done that, when you go to your nav panel and look at all the planets, it'll tell you if you can land on it, etc., etc., what's on it, and all the rest of it. Also, when you go into your system map, you get a hell of a lot more information about what is on that planet. We've done all of these. Why it says you have not mapped the planet is because we haven't done the detailed surface scan, and there's no point really doing detailed surface scans on rocky, high metal content. I mean, sometimes it's okay, but it's not really, it's not particularly useful. So let's just see if we can scoop on this one. Of course we can. So we'll do a quick scoop, and then we will head to the next. I think there's only 2 jumps left anyway to where we're going here. Let's just get a nice refuel. This is definitely not an exploration ship. You do not want to be doing that. The fact that you can go so such a limited jump range.
Frameshift drive charging.
We've got the jump range up to 30 light years essentially per jump, but each jump of 30 light years uses up 1/3 of the whole fuel tank. Look at that in the bottom right. That is appalling. Absolutely shocking. I sometimes find that some of the best content you can have and the most fun you can have in this game is just trolling around, especially on planets in the SRV, and just having a laugh. But also, just in general, just traveling around, mapping systems, looking around, just doing stuff. So let's have a look what we've got here. Again, right, what have we got? We've got a nice gas world. We have a rocky ice world, which is rubbish, and a high metal content world. Now, one of them's behind us. We can't get that because the star is in the way. We can get that one, though. That's a nice looking one, to be fair. Silicate vapors. Interesting. Let's see what else we got. We can just see where the... Right, there's something here, but what is it? These are just signals. You don't need to look at these. But if you want to have a decent sort of look around the system, sometimes it's worth it. Yeah, here we go. Let's just get rid of these, and you can just quickly zoom in, zoom out. You don't need to do anything else for these. You don't really get anything for doing it, but there's something else here as well. Yeah, there's a planet here, so. You could just see that was there because it had 2 rings around it. And once, as you see, once you've got them on here, the little radio signal disappears. So we know that there's no more high metal content wells. So all we're looking for now is these other ones. So there is the icy body. That's a nice looking icy body, to be honest. Look at that. Pretty cool. You can't land on that, but hey, that's alright. And then all we're looking for now is the gas giant. That's one of those, but we can't zoom into it because it's behind. Where's the gas giant? Is he there? There it is. So what we have to do is just sort of slightly come around the planet. If it'll let us fuel scoop, brilliant. So we get that done. Then we can actually see all of these other system bodies that are around the back of the star.
Fuel scooping complete.
There we go. And we just get a little bit away from the star, so we're not... This is the one we want. As you see, we got that one. The one we didn't get was this unexplored one. Now we're far enough away so we can slow down, get back into the scanner, get it over that, and zoom in.
System scan complete.
And that's it. There you have it. What is this? That's another one of those. Job's a good one. Pretty much everything in this system we've now scanned, so we can look through all of these different things, all of these degradeds. They will just be little things you can pick up, and as you can see, we couldn't even dock. You can't even land on any of these planets. However, if we wanted to, we could go to one of them and do a system scan. Probably the gas giant would be the best one. Let's go to the gas giant, which is directly in front of us. Put our throttle there. So what we're going to do is just do a system scan on it, a surface scan, and just see if we can get the efficiency target, because you do actually get a fairly decent amount of money just for surface scanning gas giants, and because it's not very far away, why not? If it was a water world, or if it was an ammonia world, or an Earthlight, you get a huge amount. You get a big payoff, big bucks bonanza. Buddy, give him his money. Okay, we're getting close, so we should probably think about slowing down. I'm looking forward to the new changes they're going to bring in. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be good. Okay, so as soon as its surface scanner changes from being out of range to being too fast, we can then slow down. And hopefully not crash into it. Impact. I mean, it's a pretty basic, boring looking... there you go, too fast. So we can slow down now. Then we can get into the surface scanner. 21 probe target. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You want to sort of do like a clock face. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then let's do one here, 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 and here. So we've done 42%. When we start whacking these in, we should get a few more. I think you're probably going to have to get...
By 50%.
See, it's such a big bloody place. Almost done the whole of the front. So if we look at the back, all of the back is not done. It's quite difficult getting these things on target. There you go. Okay, so we're going to need to go around the back. So let's do it. Let's try and do it in such a way that is easy, and we can get there quite quickly. So what I'm doing here is using my head look to know when I've sort of gone past it. We we'll go past enough. We'll stop. We'll bring the ship up. And then we can get our surface scanner back on. There we are. Beautiful. So let's whack these down. Who cares about efficiency? Just bang them in. Bosh. Carumba. I think we're going to want 80% on this one. How can we not have it yet? So when you get them right up to this white line, it's as if you're firing them behind what you're looking at. So it should go through around the curvature. Oh my goodness, how much of this planet does it want to map? 90%? You buggers. We go round again. We keep going round. It's a big planet, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, what can you say? Now, the way that they've changed this particular type of discovery and mapping and surface scanning, I don't know if they'll keep it in, because this type of gameplay, I'm not sure that there are many people who do this, if you know what I mean. Because it takes quite a lot of time doing it. So here we are. Bosh, bosh, bosh. That should give us enough. Now we can't even land on this planet, so it's not going to give us particularly anything of vast importance, but at least it's done, and we'll get more exploration data.
Surface scan complete.
Very good. But now the surface scan is complete. If we look in the FSS, will it allow us to have a look? No, you're too close, so it won't let us see the information about it, which is very annoying. However, we can see it in here. Go and look in the system map. We have mapped this planet, you see. We have mapped this planet. We will get a little bit of money for that, but it's not a huge amount. Let's get going to the next station, the next system, and then we'll leave it there. But as I said, this is sometimes the most fun you can have playing the game. Currently, it's just driving around, it's just flying about, just doing whatever you want. A little bit of exploration, go and see some signal sources, go and see some what they're called, nebula systems. L1R1 stops us. Ooh. LogrusUK. Now this is a proper place. If we look on the map, it's going to tell us that this is indeed a proper place, but there is nowhere to land anywhere. It's weird. So it's an anarchy system. It's an anarchy system, but there is nowhere to land whatsoever. Oh, there is. Here we go. Yeah, we can land at Taylor Dock. What are you talking about? Talking nonsense. Well, let's go to Taylor Dock. Let's do it. Where are you, Taylor? You ain't too far away either. Couple of little... Nope, he's gone. Don't want to go too far here. This is pretty close. LogrusUK. Interesting little place this. Let's get in there. Should we just see what that is? Encoded emissions. Threat level, whatever. Let's go there. Let's just go and have a look and see, shall we? What is that? Is that the actual Taylor Dock? It is. Yeah. So we need to get within 1 and a speed of 1. Let's do it. Put it onto some weapons just in case we get jumped. That's interesting. I've got collectors going. I must have been doing some combat, but also picking up, sending my collectors out to pick up the gubs. Ha! Wicked. Okay, what do we got? Okay, so let's get the cargo scoop open.
Cargo scoop deployed.
Look at that collector out of ammo. How annoying is that? Why would you have a situation that happens? Right, do we need any of these? Crystal shards? What is that? Oh look, that's your scanner changing. I always have mine as close as possible. Is that thing going to hit me? Crystal shards. We don't want crystal shards. We've got some electrochemical arrays. Conductive components. I'm just looking to see how many polymer capacitors. We don't have them, so we need them. Where are they? Where are they? We're going to get them. Let's go pick them up. A broken ship. A battle we missed. But we can still nick the loot. Right, here's all the gubs. Slow down a bit. We can pick them up. Something else is banging in. Right, we've got those. What else is here? Heat vanes. 6, 6, 6. 2 electrochemical arrays. Crystal shards. So let's get the electrochemical arrays. They seem fairly useful. So let's get those. Obviously, if we actually had some limpets in our collectors, they would be picking these up for us. Heat vanes 3. I think heat vanes are fairly useful. They're a level 4 commodity. We may as well pick them up while we're here. Such a beautiful backdrop. Why not? It's pretty easy to pick these up manually anyway. Doesn't make any difference. Get in my gob. Thank you very much. Do we want any of these others? Start bib. 6, 6, 6, 6, 7. No. 15 of them. No, we're not bothered. So let's get that back.
Cargo scoop retracted.
Get rid of those, and let's go to Taylor Dock and get the heck out of Dodge.
Frameshift drive charging. Ready to engage.
I have throttled up.
4.
Thank
3,
you.
2, 1.
Oh. So the new Elite coming out in a couple of months, well, early next year. I think that's going to go very quickly, to be honest. I think it's going to become next year quicker than we all think, because this year, to be fair, is a doozy. So I'm looking forward to next year coming. Which way is this rotating? Anti-clockwise is which way we want, so it's this face. That's what we want, ladies and gentlemen. Because I think we have it. We can just do this. I do like this thing, especially when you've been playing for some time and you just are quite happy to listen to the Blue Danube and just let the ship be docked for you. The computer does it so much better. Look at him coming in there, look, beautiful. It's got the hang of it. It's got the hang of it. He's even going on the right hand side of the entryway. Look at this. It's beautiful. Now sometimes I have had auto dock on and it's completely belted me into the landing pad. Like, I mean, absolutely twatted me into it. Let's see what he does here. I love the way he's got the shields up. Mega. How's he going to do it? Is he going to belt us down? That was smooth, man. That was smooth. I ain't never seen nothing quite so smooth in my life. Some smooth landing, boy. Okay, what we got? Refuel. We actually have a shipyard here, which is interesting. What ships have they got? Type 7, Asp, Vulture, Keelback, Type 6. Barely anything. Okay. Right, let's go to Universal Cartographics and see how much money we made on that little exploration run. Now you see, not so much, but you can get an idea of what each system was worth. HIP, the Star was worth quite a bit. Those detailed surface scanned. See, we mapped that surface of that one and it was worth barely anything. This one, we didn't get any mapped surfaces, but you see, even doing the surface scan, that's when you do the FSS, you still get quite a bit of money. So it's not bad, you know. Get it done. Get it done. Who have we got here? We've got a black market, fantastic. We've got interstellar factors. We've got mercenary facilities. This place is cool. Give me my money. Not played the game for 11 weeks, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. That's exactly how it is. Black market for naughty goods. Search and rescue. Service restricted. Why is it restricted? Not sure. See if there's anything interesting on the commodities market. Selling anything useful? Battle weapons they're selling. It's not bad, is it? That's quite cheap for battle weapons. They're selling slaves as well. Very interesting. We could try and do a little trade run. Again, this is just, you don't... This is not really... I don't really do it. So it's saying consumed at Dechi, 12 thingies away. So if we try and go to Dechi, why not? It's always good to try and double up. So let's just have a look in the missions board and see if there is anything happening in Dechi. Do community goals even exist at the minute? No. Okay. Okay, does anybody want me to go to Dechi? Dechi? Destination? No. Dechi? Any Dechi? Dechi? These missions are awful. Look at them. Absolutely appalling. Let's just kill loads of people, and that is probably going to be kill loads of people. These are quite good though, aren't they? Thousands. Very nice. What do you want? Courier job. Not to Dechi. Interesting. Ship too large. What are you trying to say? Okay, well let's buy a crunch load of... How can battle weapons be... You would think somewhere that sells battle weapons would be high tech. It's either slaves... No, the slaves aren't good enough. Right, let's buy these battle weapons. All of them. A full tank, please. Million squids. Okay.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
Let's just see. Why are we only able... I thought we had a much larger cargo capacity than that. What do I have installed that is preventing me from taking 200? I thought we could get up to about 260 and retain our shield. What have we got on these internals, huh? Or maybe not. 2 limpet controllers. That's very interesting. 2 limpet controllers, and yet I don't have any limpets. Very good. Okay, that's all there is. Where is Dechi? Let's go and find out. See if we can make a little bit of profit. a little trading profit. This is what happens when you play the game. You get to a place and you think, oh, wait a minute, never been here before. Let's just see what we're doing. And then suddenly 8 years have passed and you're an old man. Hey, Major Tom.
Ship detach complete. Watch for oncoming traffic when passing.
Free scan, free scan. Lawless.
Charge detected.
Ooh, he's not happy. I like the fact that he was lawless. Look at these lawless peeps. A lot of lawless people here. Grunnuck. Lawless? He's lawless as well. Everybody's lawless. Okay, let's get out of here. Oh my goodness. Look at that.
Frame shift charge detected.
He's gone. We hit the side. Right. Let's see where we're headed. Detchi. Where are you, Detchi? You're 12 away. Nearly, nearly, nearly.
Flight control signing off.
There you are. Let's go.
Frame shift drive
We're on
charge.
the way. Now, I reckon we'll get attacked as soon as we land. Look at that guy with his weapons out. What's he up to? Cheeky.
4,
Naughty.
2,
Naughty, naughty, naughty. Naughty Michael. Okay, we're going to get to this place wherever we're going to land, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to... Oh, unless in Detchi we might be able to fire off another FSS. Just have a little look. Nope. Detchi is noticed. Oh, there better be somewhere to land. Do you know what? There isn't. The only place I can land, I can't land on any of these little tiny places. So we're going to have to land on Detchi 2. Hodgson Hub. That's where we're headed. Military place. Ooh, lovely. Let's go. Don't usually land on planets. That's actually good because then I'm on a planetary surface and I can do the vehicle. I can do the vehicle key sets. Hold on a minute. Who is this guy? Scaram Samander. What is he? He's in a Mamba. Do you know what? This is too easy. What the hell? I've escaped you, mate. Totally escaped you. You idiot. We're going to Hodgson Hub. I've never fought a Mamba before. I wasn't too sure whether... I think I can take it, but you know when you're not sure, you're not sure. Don't risk it. Don't risk it for a biscuit. Not at this late stage of the game. We just want to get to Hobson Hub, mate. We've got £1 million worth of gear on board. We're getting mambered up. What's happening here? Got delivery to make, mate. See you later. We're going to descend into Hodgson Hub. Very nice. Hodgson Hub. Oh, I think we do have to land on the planet, actually. Which is what we thought. Let's get down there. I like landing on planets. It's bloomin' good fun. It's some of the best part of the game, in my opinion. I really enjoy it. Although this planet looks as boring and as barren as any of the rest of them. So we're going to fly sort of upside down around this. Hopefully it's not in a darkened zone. Nice. Nice little moon. It is in the dark zone, so that's fairly annoying. Put that on. Put the night vision on as well. Night vision is on. Okay, so it's still 1 point. Ah, here we go. We're on the right side of wrong here. Slow down a little bit. Now I like to get a little bit close and then drop down. Let's keep going. I think that looks about right. Yeah, you see, we're just in glide territory here. Now, whilst it may look as if this is dangerous, it's not. The computer will sort you out. Yeah, night vision. Loving it. Can I even dock here? Look at that, that looks wicked.
Jeremiah, Alpha, Zulu, Romeo. Airport facilities are ready for your use, Commander.
See you later. Great.
Mission authorized.
I love that. It will dock for me. This is beautiful.
You are approved for automated docking.
Down we come. Down we come. It's like landing in the game Syndicate. Beautiful. Thanks, dude. You took me down very nicely. Very nicely indeed. Okay, let's see if these dudes want battle weapons. They're a military, it's a military operation. Let's have a look, shall we? Now, I always do this. The first thing I always do is I go to the mission board to see if anybody wants battle weapons. Know what I mean? Anybody want battle weapons? Anybody want battle weapons? No, there's a lot of urgent kill orders now. Progenitor cells, urgent kill order, no. Basic medicines, 0. Disable the mega ship turrets. Whoa, look at that. Bajang. Oh, blimey, there's loads of people here. Disable the mega ship turrets. Look at that. There's quite a lot of stuff going on here. But let's see how much money we can make on this little trade up we had here. Sell. What do we got? $250 profit. You know what? That ain't bad. Sold. Sold, I say. That's a sweet 250. Anyone's bucket. They ain't selling much as well, I tell you that for nothing. And why would they? They would be selling nothing. Cool, so there we are, ladies and gentlemen. That is a little look at your controls. The FSS are the ones to get done. Most importantly, all the other ones, really. It's just a couple of the little miscellaneous ones. Putting the chaff on the touchpad is good. Using all trigger buttons as the next targeting system when you're traveling is very good. And then obviously the FSS. Making sure your L and your R's are set correctly, and your zoom ins and zoom outs, and making sure that you set to leave the FSS, because when if you haven't, you open up the FSS and then you can't get out of it, which is daft. Anyway, there you are, ladies and gentlemen. They are your options for today. And until next time, I will see you later, alligator.